Those students provided some interesting insight. Now, let's get some perspective from some voices who have to navigate through AI in maybe the toughest way out of all of us, college professors. Let's see if they implement it in the classroom or are shying away from it.
All right, so the way I'm using it in classes, it depends on the class. For the upper level courses, it's more of a way to simulate conversations with theorists and thinkers and still bring in real world events. So they're doing dialogues with the actual Plato or Aristotle or Machiavelli. In other classes, like in political analysis or other research projects, it's using it to, one, mine for sources, two, to correct papers, and three, actually giving guidance on how to correct grammar. So the challenge on our end of it is that third question, Chris, is the challenges. The big challenge with this is, in a big scheme, are we taking away creativity and individual thought from you guys? And then even when I use it myself, it's a quick tool, but had I put my time into it to really think through, like, give me a title for an article, it's a crutch. So it might take away time, but I could have used it to create that title. One of the other things about using is how to use it properly. That's making sure you have the right prompts and the proper format for the prompts. So that's one of the bigger challenges you guys have to face when you're using it. But the other piece really goes to originality, but also creativity. So are we taking away your creative ability or your judgment?
Our next professor teaches the capstone course for the MBA program here at LaSalle, and the way he's implementing AI into the capstone course is rather interesting, considering how he's taught the course for many years prior to AI's boom.
MBA program. So it pulls together all the different classes that the students have had, and it's an integrative course with its own set of theories. And so historically, that course, there's a couple of different ways to teach the course, but one way is to have a student or a group of students study a company and an industry over the course of the semester. So they use the tools of the course to analyze the company, to analyze its performance, essentially to diagnose the company and then make recommendations. And so what I've done, and that's for the MBA capstone course, that's one of the classic ways of teaching it. So what I've done with that course is I've required the students to use AI. Now, if you go back, and I've been teaching for a long time, 15, 20 years ago, even before we had the internet just made it faster. But what students would do is they would go out and find articles. So there's this topic, that topic, they'd find articles on the firm, the industry, they'd find all the articles, and then they would synthesize that and write the paper, or actually over a course semester, it's a series of papers. So what I do with the course is I require them to use AI. And so it sort of flips the story on its in reverse. So old school was you go out, you do all the research, and then you have all this research in front of you and you write the paper. Well, AI can actually take a lot of these concepts up and apply them directly. But where AI struggles, so it can write very, very quickly, but the students themselves have to be very careful about how they prompt the AI.
Seems in just about all walks of life at this point, AI is certainly making an impact. Now, let's hear from someone who is not just a professor here at LaSalle, but is the dean of an entire department, and a department, like pretty much all of them here at LaSalle, AI is certainly having its impact.
So I think we're in a place right now where the rapid development of artificial general intelligence, most often experienced with large language models, has progressed so far that I think there's no doubt that it is going to be impactful on every area of society. It's going to have economic impacts. It's going to have social impacts, learning impacts. It's really going to be quite a life-changing experience that we're all going through.